Hi, seventh grade. This is the information for February 9th and 10th. February 9th is a live on Zoom class day. So if you missed that day or want to review, we went over what we did Friday, which was the science bee and Monday's work. And then Tuesday's work was natural selection and vocab. So Friday was the science bee, and then Monday you should have gotten your new digital notebook. It's on evolution. It looks like this. I'm going to flip through these first couple of pages. Again, these things should start to look familiar to you. We're working out of the Savas Cells and Heredity textbook, chapter 6. Don't forget, we always have a textbook that you can be referencing. The question we're investigating this unit is how do living things change over time, and what evidence do scientists use to support that theory? On Monday, you were looking at natural selection. You were watching a video, doing a reading, and answering some questions, and then practicing some vocabulary. If you have not done these things yet, please pause and then check your work in a second. If you have done the work, we did watch a little video on Darwin and the Galapagos. I will send a link to this, or it is found on our YouTube page. The answers to the questions: Charles Darwin is a scientist who went on a 5-year voyage on a boat called the HMS Beagle, and he looked at plants and animals in South America, and most famously on the Galapagos Islands. Evolution is defined in the gradual change in species over time. When members of a species compete, they're competing for food, space, a mate, and other resources. What happens when species overproduce offspring? There are not going to be enough resources for all, but by overproduction, it does kind of help the chances of survival. How do helpful variations accumulate in a species over time? If the variation is helpful, it increases the chance for survival, and then that trait will be passed on to offspring. On Tuesday, the students defined some terms: species, a group of similar organisms that can mate and produce offspring; a fossil, preserve remains or traces of organisms; adaptation is a trait that increases an organism's ability to survive and reproduce; evolution is a change in species over time; a scientific theory is the well-tested concept that explains something; natural selection is individuals better adapted to their environment will survive; and variation is any difference between individuals of the same species. Again, you want to pause this video at this time and make sure these definitions are recorded in your notebook. Students then watched the Brain Pop on Charles Darwin. We did some vocabulary practice with Quizlet Live. And then we looked at this question where we're defining natural selection. Again, are individuals better adapted to their environment will survive? And you were to order these scenarios and put them in a way that illustrates natural selection. So the correct order should go 3, 1, 5, 2, 4. And this shows that the green is in low numbers here at the beginning, and they're going to generally sort of increase in population because they are better suited to their environment. They're blending or camouflaging, and the red beetles are being eaten by the birds, and the birds in turn are getting fed and being full and being more successful and having more birds. So again, that's an example illustrating natural selection. And then we're thinking about what is a theory versus a law. Theories explain why some things happen, and a law describes what happens. Here, we're supposed to identify which statements explain theories, and I selected A, D, G, and I. We defined a theory as a well-tested concept that explains a wide range of observations, and examples of scientific theories include evolution, the Big Bang, atomic theory, and the theory of relativity. Students are also expected to complete assignment number 22. Wednesday's work is watching a video on Charles Darwin and Wallace and their work. So watch the video. It's a little longer than we normally watch. It's about a half hour. And so pause the video as we watch and then answer the questions as needed. So again, our to-do list looks like this. Please make sure the next time we are live on Zoom on February 11th, you have assignment 22 completed, as well as watching the video and answering the questions. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out via email.